so I'm kind of disappointed. But
Nate and me, Derving.
how's it going, guys?
It's doing good, man. So we were talking just now, giving like a little review or like a catching up with the Olympics and certain things that happened throughout the Olympics. And we were talking about how because my wife and her brother were talking about how come some of the Olympians, the rest of our other teams, they all train here in the United States. Is like, how is that fair? For example, we have a couple of guys. Steve Mishik, he's a world champion for, I think it's for Serbia, if I'm correct. But he trains out of Michigan, Olympic Training Center, wrestling. He has another teammate, Miles Mean. He trains out of Michigan. He plays second, I think, last year in the European Championship. He took third place. He took bronze in the last Olympics in Tokyo before this one. But he trains out of OTC in Michigan. I think it's Cliff King, I think that's what I call him.
Okay.
Another teammate of theirs is Austin Gomez. He used to wrestle. He wrestled for a lot of places. I don't know if I think he used all eligibility. He was one of those guys that he was a sharpshooter. For example, like he would like go guns blazing whenever he would wrestle. He would go balls to the walls. Sometimes he will go his way. Sometimes he won't go his way because he make some mistakes. But he was always fun to watch, especially you have somebody that matches energy. But he wrestled for Iowa State, the freshman year and sophomore year. He wrestled, I think, 133. He blew his knee. He took some years off. Then he came back, wrestled for Wisconsin there at 157. Then he came back. Then I think he was done because I think I mean, 4 years you already got your degree.
Yeah.
But he still had years eligibility as a graduate. So he went to Michigan. And he wrestled for Michigan at 149. That's another thing you have to take into consideration. Nowadays, they have NIL deals in which the school doesn't pay you, but you have other deals that you get paid just to wrestle for that school. It's like a crazy incentive that you can, because you only have so many scholarship. I think it's like 9.5 on the scholarship per wrestling in each school. But if you have NIL deals, you have no salary cap for that. But that's a different story.
Interesting.
But you have like different people that wrestle for other teams or like compete with the different countries, but they train out here in the United States.
Okay. Why do you think that is? Do you think I'm wondering, like, the US program must be pretty decent if people are willing to do that, but also is it easier to get into the Olympics for other countries? Is that why they're doing that? Versus, everybody trying to go for USA because that's where they train.
Yeah, USA probably is because they have, like, for example, the team they just had, this pretty good team, for example, was a 57, was Special League 2 silver. Next weight class, Rutherford, he was really good, but he had an injury. He had a concussion. He had to step out. 74 kilos was bronze. Next way up, bronze. The one after that was, I think it was bronze as well. No, he medal. Kyle Snyder, this is the first time since 2016 or 15. Yeah, I think it's 2015. He didn't place at all.
Dang.
He lost like 2 matches back to back. He lost semi, then he lost that one after that. Then the one after that, he's another guy to Mesa Paris. He lost to, he didn't medal. And the guy that was where he went against, he lost to, so he got step out. That's another thing we have to talk about. The format of the Olympic bracket, because like we talk about, there's no seeding. But if you wrestle and you lose your first match, the guy you lost against, if he wins, you stay alive, so you get to wrestle back.
That's right. Yeah.
So, but if he loses, both of you are out of the tournament.
Yeah.
So the guy that he wrestles against, the guy that loses against him, he gets out, and another guy gets out. So if he goes again and he beats the next guy, or he loses the other guy, whoever loses out of that match, you have to wrestle him.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, you have to wrestle for bronze if you win that second.
Okay.
So you have to win. You have to go 2-1 to place. Even if you lost your first match, you win the next two, you still get bronze.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, that's an interesting format. I mean, it makes. I'm sure it makes things a little bit faster. I don't know
Yeah,
if
because
that's
60
the
man bracket
objective, but
compared to
yeah, okay,
32.
okay. Do you think that's what that's for? Is just to make it a little bit faster, or
Yeah, because it's
yeah,
only so many days, like 2 days.
yeah,
Because you have 2 matches in the morning. Well, here morning time. It's like 5 a.m. You have one round, then the second match right after that one, weigh-ins, and then you have like a couple hours break. Then you wrestle your semis, and then the next day you wrestle the final. It's
okay.
2 day tournament.
That's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting format. Something I was watching the Spencer Lee match, his silver medal match, and one thing that happened is I guess it sounded like he got a stalling call, and they compared it to like a basketball shot clock at that point. So like he got a stalling call, and basically if he didn't get a point within a certain period of time, then his opponent got a point, which I thought was super interesting. Like that is a really cool rule. I don't know why that's not used in jiu-jitsu,
Yeah,
but I've never seen it.
I wish they had those two. I mean, for example, Toro Cup, I wish they had the rule step out
Mm-hmm.
because keep people from stepping out, like falling on top of other people.
Yeah, yeah,
There's nothing stopping them from making just a square on the man with
it's
tape
true. Mm-hmm.
for that day.
Mm-hmm.
You step out of bounds, a point for the other guy during point
Yeah,
time.
I think it makes a lot of sense. And just the action that the other rule would drive is just, to me, that's like, oh yeah, that'll really push people.
Especially passivity.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rule you're talking about, passivity. So you have to be engaging. And I think like in wrestling, in college folk style, you pretend to do fakes and things like that. So that's not considered stalling. But
Okay.
in wrestling, like international, they call it passivity. Even though you're faking those shots, if you were disengaging, you're the one that being punished for it. Because you're not
Mm-hmm.
really engaging in there. So you, for example, you get in a tie up and you disengage, you're the one being punished for passivity.
That's interesting. I mean, I mean, you could absolutely do that in jiu-jitsu. Like even if the guy, like, if somebody pulls guard, but they're aggressively like coming after the other guy, and the other guy is just like disengaging, pulling away, not trying to pass, like you could absolutely make that rule.
Oh yeah, because it's a grappling sport. Why would you want to disengage?
Right, right.
You can show your skills on grappling by backing away or running away. This is not
Yeah.
a marathon. This is
Yeah, at the very
grappling
least,
tournament.
like a short disengage, just to pull away, regather, and then go back. But yeah, you can't just keep backing up.
Yeah, that's why I like international, like the freestyle rule. I love it.
Yeah.
One girl, what's the name? Kennedy Blade. She's for the United States in semis. If you toss somebody over your head, that's a 5 point move.
Okay.
So for example, majority decision is if you get 10 points over your opponent, that move around is 5 points. And she did that, and so she suplexed this girl into her. She almost like the girl was like, they had to get the girl out on the stretcher. That's how bad the suplex
Oh
was.
my gosh.
She landed just on
Wow.
her neck, boom, like ah.
Oh my
That,
gosh.
that girl lost like a couple of years from elementary school. She forgot after that suplex,
Dang.
but it was beautiful. The suplex that she hit. So in wrestling, if you get behind somebody in freestyle and their knees don't touch the ground, that's not considered a takedown.
If you get behind them, okay, all right, all right.
So they're like in like a tripod. So their
Mm-hmm.
hands on the ground and their feet are up. Either one of their knees doesn't touch, that's
Yeah,
not considered a takedown.
just one knee
Yes.
has to be up. Wow. Okay, that's
Yeah. So
big
one knee
difference.
doesn't touch it is not considered takedown. So that's when suplex come in handy because their hips are up. So you just
Yeah,
send them over your head.
that is wild.
Oh yeah. I have to send you a match of Trent. He was at the Federal tournament. He was in New York air last year. I think it's like in November or something like that. He went against this guy, and the match was like 16-14.
Mm-hmm.
That's how crazy that match was. Like so many points. They just went against each other. It was crazy. And one of the spoiler alert, one of the ways that one of the guys was able to win was because of the suplex. He wasn't like because he was trying to take him down, he didn't need down to be able to get the point for a takedown. And that guy get lifting his leg up, so he just went from behind, jumped to the other side, and just suplex out of bounds. Those are the move of beauty. Just those throws.
So, just out of well, yeah, not to get too technical because I don't know how a little fit on the podcast, but for like a suplex, the person suplexing probably has to have their legs between the other guy's legs. Are you allowed to grab the
Yeah,
legs?
for freestyle, yes.
Okay.
For freestyle, you can, but for Greco-Roman, you can.
Okay. Okay.
Also, the good thing about Greco-Roman, if you get a good grip on somebody, like as a tie-up, the one way you can stop the suplex is by wrapping grapevine the leg. But in Greco-Roman, you can't do that. So
Okay.
they're just sending you into the
Yeah,
move
you're
after that.
screwed. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
you just go and hope for the best. Just keep your hands and head inside the right
Just
at
try
all
to land
times.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Greco-Romans. Whenever somebody hits one of those moves, like, oh, it's beautiful, but like most of the time, they're like one of those moves that like very seldom you see people do.
Mhm.
Those moves.
It makes sense. Trying to think what else. I mean, so do you know what the final tally was for the American teams? Like how many gold, bronze, silver?
I think the United States for gold, United States and China tied for most. Gold was
Really?
40, but I think the United States won everything because they were singing national anthem at the Olympics.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because what's her name? Simone Biles was carrying the flag on the way on. So
Oh,
United
okay.
States top five: United States, China, Japan, Australia, and France.
Well, that's pretty cool.
But I think United States had the most contestant like going to the Olympics because they said like if you win a gold medal for the United States, you get paid $38,000. But if
Okay.
you won it for Turkey, it was like $250,000 if you got a gold medal.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
because it depends how many delegates your team sends. You have to spread that money.
Hmm. So that guy going out there in the shooting competition with no like headgear or anything like that, he did pretty good.
Yeah,
He
John
was from
Wick.
Turkey, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
John
from
Wick.
Turkey. Yeah, him. Handling his packet. Another guy I want to talk about is Mijail Lopez. He's from Cuba,
Mhm.
heavyweight for Greco, greatest of all time after this Olympics. He took bronze, I think, in Greece 2004, Beijing gold, London gold, Rio gold, Tokyo gold.
Wow.
He took off 3 years, came back just for this Olympics, gold, 5 goals.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, a
Wow. Yeah.
41-year-old gold medalist.
That's wild. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how he's doing that.
yeah,
My body's not holding up to jiu-jitsu right now, and it's
yeah. Even
I'm nowhere
Greco-Roman
near his
wrestling,
level. Yeah.
it's
Wow.
crazy.
I can't imagine the wrestling in Greece. That must have been pretty cool.
Yeah, that was 2004
Okay. It
Olympics.
was a while ago, but
Because that's
dang.
when they have the first time they have women's wrestling was in the
Oh, for
Olympics.
real? Really?
First time they had women's wrestling.
That's surprising to me.
Because Sarah McMahon, she was the first US silver medalist out of that one.
Okay.
And then after that, the first gold medalist was Helen Morales in Rio in 2014. No,
Okay. Huh.
2016. That's what it was.
That's interesting. I was
Yeah.
actually I scanned through an article. I didn't read the full thing, but I don't even remember her name. One of the female Olympians was talking about like how when she first started, she was told like, oh, women shouldn't wrestle, all this stuff. Like she had all this adverse, like a lot of people telling her that she had no place in wrestling until like pretty recently. She said, and then now it's a big thing. But I
It
don't
probably
know.
is
I thought it
her
was too
Helen.
interesting.
I think it's Helen Morales, Morales,
I think that's right. Yeah, that
because
sounds very familiar.
she's like really technical. Because
Hmm.
she talked about, I think it was in the same video. She talks about if as long as she was being really technical, doing like really good moves, people will pay attention to her, regardless. You can deny good technique.
Yep, that's interesting. Wow. Yeah, I mean that's very true. Yeah, if the technique's there,
Yeah,
people will watch.
yeah, you can deny because she's like really technical, like her singles and she like what she does. And like the only team like freaking Japan, man. I want to talk about that too. In Japan, they qualify. I think it was like 16 people for their for wrestling, and they have
Mhm.
11 medals. They have 2 bronze, 1 silver, and the rest of them were gold. Japan in
What?
wrestling.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. They must have been taping everybody during Tokyo wrestling in the Vancouver because they took the secret use and they just came with this
Yeah.
Olympic. They took over France.
Wow. 60,
Yeah, so 8 gold medals out of
50%
16.
gold.
Again,
Wild.
yeah, Japan. Because I know the
I
girls, they
think.
are really, really good. Like as far as like
Oh, okay.
their wrestling, but
Mhm.
like Greco-Roman freestyle, they were also like, for example, the one that you saw 57 kilos.
Yeah.
That's Japanese against
Yeah.
Spencer Lee,
Yeah.
and he won it.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that. Interesting. Are they known for wrestling? They didn't stand out to me as like known
The
for
women
that.
they were, but for guys, they were no really
Interesting.
not for wrestling.
I just
I
always think
know.
of the powerhouses as like the U.S. and Russia's.
Yeah, Russia was, but Russia wasn't there this year
Right. Right.
because of the in the that's another thing. We're talking about how people that are athletes that train here, they represent other countries. You have a lot of Russians that represent other country. For example, 86 kilos. Ramanasonov, he didn't start wrestling for Bulgaria until this year.
Yep.
And how are you? I don't understand. How are you represent a country and you still don't know the national anthem when they're playing that when you get the gold medal?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
no, man, my bad. I know that's the national anthem.
Yeah. What does I wonder what it takes to qualify for a different country? You just have to apply under that country's
Citizenship.
name.
You have to apply for a
Dang.
citizenship.
So he saw that coming and he applied for citizenship.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Another
That's
team that was
crazy to
like
me.
kind of quirky is Azerbaijan. They're known for being crook. They have one guy in 74 kilos in which the referees they got punished because they were cheating. One of the guys, Azerbaijan, was going against this guy's really good friend, but he's Cuban, but he went to Italy. He wrestled for Italy,
Hmm.
and then during that match, he was like really close match, and they gave the guy from Italy a point. But then after the match was over, they gave that guy not a point, so it was tied by criteria because the last person to score was the one that gets
Oh, right.
the criteria.
Yeah.
So then he was eliminated from the Olympics altogether.
Wow.
But for some reason, somebody got injured 74 kilos, and guess who was the alternate? The Italian. He get to wrestle in the Olympics.
Hmm.
And the guy from
Okay.
Azerbaijan, they give him a medal.
Really? Okay.
Life after life will happen.
Yep. Yep. Huh.
Yeah, crazy.
Trying to
But
think
that's
what
if
else.
you can break the whole world just for you to get your medal.
Yeah, that apparently. I didn't realize. I didn't realize how much money they got for gold. I mean, even in the U.S., I mean, 38,000. Granted,
Yeah,
for all the training, it's not that much, but
yeah.
it's
If
not
they get
bad.
like probably just like it's like ADCC, you get exposure, but
Yeah.
you get sponsors.
Yeah. Yeah, that's valid.
You get what's the name of those dopamine bands? No, the ones talking about training ones. You get a sponsor from them. Know which bands I'm
Doper?
talking about?
No, I don't.
There's like strings that are made out of rubber. People like seen like training on Instagram all the time. The snap downs.
Okay.
You see the Russian G's in my life. You get a
Yep.
sponsorship from them.
Yeah. Okay.
And do clinics. Most of them, a lot of wrestlers get money from clinics, from
Yeah.
like seminars.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Olympic gold medalists, Olympic medalists, clinic.
Okay.
You see a lot of them do that.
Trying to think what else as far as the Olympics. Didn't breakdancing get like that's not a thing anymore?
Well, they were you doing it for. They're only doing it for friends. They're doing the extension for friends
Really?
because remember that was the only one. Because every year, every Olympics, you get to introduce one sport. I think for Tokyo, it was karate. I think it was the sport that they chose for the
Okay.
Olympics.
Hmm.
For France, they decided to bring in breakdancing. And then after
Okay.
that, Lady Ray, was it Ray Gun? That's her name. Started doing
Yeah.
that kangaroo jump on the floor. Rotating.
That's
They limit
wild.
to see, so that's what happens when you have friends that don't, they're
Yeah.
not honest with you. They tell you that your breakdancing skills were legit. Apparently not. You better friends.
Hey man,
But
I've
yeah,
taken
man.
my chances. Go and
But
compete.
one sport I've seen, I don't know if it's true or not. I've seen it that boxing is not going to be in the LA Olympics.
Really?
I have to look it up.
That would be very surprising. I mean, that's got to be pretty popular everywhere.
Yeah, international community has not included sport in the LA program yet.
Wow. Okay.
Also, there's not going to be
Oh.
no
Oh.
cars for the LA 28. You have to use the public service, like the rail. You have to use like the city bus. They don't let you use your own car. Drive there. Like, you know how bad traffic is there already.
Yeah. Wow. That's okay.
Yeah, this first time over 100 years, boxing is not gonna be there.
Why, I wonder.
I don't know. What's the name of that one that the people they use the like a stick and a ribbon they dance around? What's the name of that sport? It's not like
Stick
a full routine, but it's like another that people just dance. Oh, you know what I'm talking about? Is it
I'm
twirling or
trying to
something
think.
like that?
Twirling. That sounds familiar.
How come that
Twirling.
sport is in the Olympics, but boxing won't be?
Right? Do you think it's
Is,
okay, yeah, you're right. Do you think
is
that
it twirling?
is a form of I'm pretty sure that's it. Baton twirling.
Because I remember I remember from old school. Remember Will Ferrell was doing that during the old school. The twirling. I remember
That
it.
sounds about right. Do you think it's so 2028 is in Los Angeles? Is it the like the boxing commission over there?
I'm not sure what it is.
I mean that I don't know. That seems like a really I don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm trying to look it up. Because I remember I seen in the it was not going to be. Oh, this is the first time in 100 years boxing is not going to be there. But also speaking of the controversy, remember that controversy of the girl from Algeria, the boxer?
Yes.
She's male chromosome, but
Yeah.
she was in the girls bracket.
Hmm.
What do you think about that?
To be honest, I kind of feel bad for her with all the people like trash talking and stuff. Like if you're born with the parts, I mean that's where you got to compete. Otherwise, you're not competing anywhere. Uh,
Yeah.
I feel like I just with everybody coming out and saying all this trash without like any kind of research. I do feel bad for her and her family. Like that's got to feel terrible. But I I I think she's doing what she needs to be doing in my opinion.
Yeah, just like you were saying about Helen, she probably had to go through the same thing. Boxing, girls don't belong in
Hmm.
boxing, especially
Hmm.
Algeria, which is like a Muslim country, which is like really conservative. Like girls don't belong in boxing, so she had to find her way to get some respect out of her country. And then when she finally get respect for her country, to represent the country abroad, then she get this backlash. And it's not like
Yeah.
she was undefeated. She had like previous losses in Tokyo in other
Hmm.
events. She was she was born with female parts, but her ovaries she's like what she calls not a castrator, but it's like she's not able to have babies.
Hmm.
So it's I think they call it Sawyer's. It's WYR syndrome. Sorry, syndrome. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah. I think my daughter just dropped my can. I can hear the floor just tremble. So here. Let me know you can see it.
Yep.
Okay. So people will I don't know how do you say that. So Sawyer's syndrome, a female external genitalia and some female internal reproductive structure. This individual usually have a uterus and fallopian tubes, but their gonads, ovaries, or testes are not functional. Instead, the gonads are small and underdeveloped and contain little gonadal tissue.
Hmm.
Well, she was born that way.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure she had to face like some backlash from her family because she's not fertile
Yeah.
female. And then now she get backlash from people because of
Yeah.
this
No, yeah.
internationally.
I think that's really, really unfortunate. I mean, yeah, she doesn't look as feminine as a lot of girls, but okay. Wow. It's
There's another I think it was another track star though. She was from South Africa that she
mhm.
had faces the same medical condition. And another one I can't remember what sport she played, but most of them were I think it was a tennis player that was the same way.
Mhm.
But most of them were not contact sport. But now because it's a contact sport,
Right. Yeah,
that's why
there's
we were
definitely a
like,
lot more eyes on that. Yeah.
yeah, they say she has higher testosterone than well. If the higher testosterone from zero is higher than normal, what's the really? Come
Yeah, true.
on,
Yeah.
take consideration. It's like
And
my mom
other girl.
under the Spanish saying, in a country of blind people, a one-eyed person is considered king. So he likes the really
Yeah.
like a really like a performance enhancing part. or is it just this more than the normal?
Right.
There's a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of crazy to think that other girls saying, "Oh, it's the hardest she'd ever been hit" or whatever. But like, what are you doing in the Olympics? I think I was talking to Mike actually, and something that he watched was like it was the hardest she'd ever been hit, but she didn't get knocked out. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
She got her nose broken.
Yeah.
I know she just got her nose busted. That's what it was.
Yeah. I feel like in boxing, like that's got to be expected. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's part of the sport. You get hit in the face, but they have
Yeah.
like that. They use headgear. They did use wear the headgear so the way they prevent cuts because it's like over a week. If somebody gets cut in the first match, and then how do you like keep opening throughout the whole
That's true. Yeah,
rest of
there's
the
no
thing?
way that's. Huh. Yeah, I never thought about that. Maybe.
Because how many matches have been canceled, like for example in the UFC, because of the same reason, because somebody got cut during the training camp.
Right. Yeah. You get like a Nate Diaz in there, and he's done. Like, there's no way he's going all the way through.
Doctor stoppage.
No. Huh. That's an interesting question. I don't know. It would definitely makes sense.
Because at first I thought it was for concussion, but the thing about the concussion comes from not just the head, it's the bounce of your brain and your brain. So you still get hit, you still get the inertia of your brain bouncing.
Right.
With
Yeah.
and also your opponent has less distance to cover to hit you because you had the headgear.
That's true.
The first time I heard that was from Mammy Trion, freaking meathead. I don't even know him as a heavyweight for the UFC. He used to train. At first, he used to train with big gloves and headgear, but then after that, as matches were getting closer, he was using smaller gloves and no headgear. So to be able to gauge his distance, because if you're practicing his distance, you know what distance is with the big gloves and the headgear, you hitting them. But if you're wearing a smaller glove, your gloves will be able to come in better, but your distance is off.
Interesting. Another aspect of striking I've never thought of.
Yeah, it's kind of like training wheels. If you good, like, I'm good like with training wheels, but then when you take the training wheels off, you turn and you just wiping out.
Well, my old coach,
One.
my old coach always used to talk trash about people wearing shin guards because he's like, yeah, you can tell when somebody's wearing shin guards whenever they train is they come out just flailing their legs around and then realize how much it hurts, and so they can't kick anymore. Like,
Yeah, the leg just goes. The legs just go numb. Shit, how was I supposed to balance on these legs when they're sore?
I'm supposed to walk on these?
Yeah, 15 more minutes.
But yeah, no, that's interesting. I think what other
Another thing, the U.S. team. This is the first time in 60 years the United States wrestling team did not get a gold medal for wrestling in the men's.
Really?
Yeah, first time.
Damn.
Meanwhile, the women's wrestling, they got 2 gold medals. The 2 gold medals, Allure and then Sarah Hildebrand. Sarah Hildebrand, she moved to Colorado Springs to train, and her brother quit his job because last time she was in Tokyo, she took bronze. She was like, she had to change her training. She had to switch her training because she said, she was going out there. She was too intense, too focused, and too early when she was in there, and she wasn't really having fun. One of her main training partners was her brother. Her brother quit his daytime job, moved to Colorado, and trained with her for her to prepare for France 2024.
Wow.
And she got a gold medal this time.
That's quite a brother.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine? I can't. Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, it is. It is. I don't like.
You better take this gold home.
Oh yeah, you better go, man. I'm actually thinking of 30,000 that you're getting, man. I might need them.
That's mine.
Another thing, and me and Lori, I didn't bring it up. She was like really, really good. And she won I think 6 world titles. So she won cadets, she won juniors, and she won seniors. There's 3 of them, all in the same year, back to back to back. And then she won in the Olympics gold medal. And then like they say that like I'm not here to say biggest star casts the biggest shadow sometimes. Because every hero has their own journey, adversity they have to go through. Her brother was killed. I think it's 2020. He was 22 years old. Somebody during the home invasion, his brother got killed. So like imagine getting ready for the Olympics back then, and
Yeah.
that happened.
Yeah, that's the I can't. Yeah, that would be so. That'd be brutal. Didn't Gordon Ryan do something similar? Didn't his dad die and he had a pretty big match coming up or something like that?
Yeah, I can't remember the guy he went against because the guy that he went against giving a boombox, but it was a picture of his dad in the boombox that he was going against.
Huh.
That he gave it to Gordon Ryan as a gift before the match.
Okay. Wow. Huh. That's pretty cool.
That's what he was selling, that big Gordon rash guard. Is that picture of his dad?
Yeah. Speaking of, is Gordon competing at ADCC this year? He is, correct?
Yeah, he's going against Felipe Pena.
Oh, really? Again?
Yeah, I think he was talking about him recently.
Hmm.
About how he say he's improved, how he's gotten better, but he does the same thing all the time. He's really good at certain things. He gets you back. He can strangle you. Of course, he can do that. He's good at that, but other than that, I think he's not having to be like big leaps.
Yeah.
They should be worried about.
Yeah. I that's gonna go the same way. I think. I don't picture that changing. That outcome.
How long ago was it they going against each other?
It doesn't feel like that long ago, but it must have been at least a year and a half.
Was it who's number one?
Yeah, I believe it was.
That's before he took a.
Right.
Did he ever beat Gordon?
He the one that did, yeah?
Because he was talking so much shit about him going into the match. Yeah, they are going against each other fourth time. Going against each other.
Has a 2-1 record versus Ryan? What? By sub and again by points at the 2017 World Championship. Really? Ryan defeated Pena in 2022 at who's number 114 via verbal tap. Rescheduled.
That's the one he was trying to make it like. Isn't the one he was trying to make it like 45-minute match?
Yes, I think so.
Is that when what's his name passed away because he was teammates with what's his name? Law.
His name. Who it was? The guy that got shot in Brazil.
By a cop too.
That's right. Yeah.
He was an off-duty cop.
Yeah. He was in a club or something like that.
Yeah.
Dang, I even watched a documentary on the guy. Still can't remember his name.
What was the documentary? Is that a Flo?
I think it might have been. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Flo usually does was there one? His last name is Lowe, right?
Leandro Lowe.
That's it. Yeah, that's him. Leandro Lowe.
No.
He had like it was again he against Buchecha had is like crazy matches.
Mm-hmm.
One of the finals he did it with a torn shoulder against Buchecha.
I didn't know. Wow.
I can't remember which one it was. It was an IBJF. Like Bros.
That must have been a good match. Those dudes are good guys. Wow, torn shoulder. I don't know.
I think Jacare did the same thing. He had a torn shoulder. He went against Verdum. He had a bad shoulder. Verdum is no punk either.
Yeah, that's yeah. Okay, well, I'm curious to see. I really don't think it'll go any different than the last matchup. To be honest with you, I still think the person who's gonna beat Gordon Ryan is Nicky Rod. I think eventually Nicky Rod will have it.
There you go, catch him.
Yep, just sheer athleticism and like definitely growing skill. Like I think it'll happen.
Yeah, he's a Jersey kid. Both of them from Jersey, right?
Are they really?
Because that's where Gordon came from.
Yeah. I remember Gordon coming from there, but let's see. I guess we can look up here.
He's from Philly. He was born in Philly, but he went to Clayton High School in Clayton, New Jersey.
Okay.
For some reason, I remember him being there. Oh man, you have to see this guy going against Nicky Rod. This guy, his name is Jaden Cox. They call him the Matrix of Wrestling. When he goes go against Nicky Rod, he like the stuff that the way he moves, he's like really loud on his feet, and he like take Nicky Rod at ease when he go and show that he did the same thing against John Jones. John Jones was
really.
He was like, oh, it's a bad idea trying to wrestle Jaden Cox.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have to show you send in the match. I have to write this down. I have to send you matches. It goes to that one and then the Trent match.
Mm-hmm. Are they paired up for CJI?
Huh?
Are they paired up for CJI? Is that what you're saying?
No, it was a video. For example, John Jones went to train with Jaden Cox, and there's another match in which Nicky Rod was training with Jaden Cox as well.
Oh,
we see levels of wrestling because you know how good Nicky Rod is wrestling. Right.
Oh yeah.
We see against Jaden Cox, like dude, he's a world. Like I think it's 6 out of 6. He medal all 6. He made 6 times senior, 6 times he medal.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah. No, Nicky Rod is no joke.
Yeah, because me, like as a blue belt, he made it
Mhm.
all the way to the finals
Mhm.
in ADCC in was it 19? No, was
Mhm.
it? No, it had to be 18, right? It's every 2 years, right?
Yeah, okay. It must have been. Wait. So last year he got what, silver?
But he
Or
goes
not last year, but
going. I think he's
yeah.
going to the final.
Right. Okay. And then okay, huh. Because Nicky Rod wrestled before Jiu-Jitsu, correct? For
Yeah,
like
he's
a
known for his
while.
wrestling. Yeah,
And
New
then
Jersey is really good wrestling state.
okay. Yeah, I feel like he's the one. He's the one
Yeah,
that's gonna
but also you have to take
dethrone Gordon.
consideration that as the older you get, athleticism just diminishes too. But you have to
Yes.
be able to also be able to catch up with him as far as technique. Because Nicky
Mhm.
Rod is like as a blue belt was able to like hang with him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm curious though, because I feel like Nicky Rod has to catch him soon, because I think Gordon's gonna retire soon,
Yeah,
to be honest.
I think he's gonna jump ship before he has to face the dragon. Because in last match, did he tap or did he tap? I didn't watch that one.
What's that?
The last
Oh,
match between them.
no, the time stopped and Nicky just kept cranking, and like, yeah, Gordon tapped to make him let go, but no, it was very close. Don't get me wrong, but no, he didn't. He definitely did not tap.
Do you see that Craig Jones versus Gordon Ryan in EBI
Mm-hmm.
when he had the arm bar?
Mm-hmm. He
He
just
he wouldn't
let it
tap,
break.
run out of time.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
wondering if he was like that.
I mean, I can't imagine how much Gordon Ryan's teeth would have held up if that had gone longer. Um, it's really hard to say. If there was more time left, I don't know. I mean, he might have had to tap because I cannot imagine Nicky was squeeze. But he had it across the face, and oh my gosh, that must have hurt.
He said like anything below the nose is a good choke. So
Yeah.
I think
Uh,
I know you know the Silver Fox, right? Carl.
yes. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, he was showing in one recently. I've seen a video of him with Faraz Sahabi. He was breaking down the Real Naked Show. And one of those was that one when there's a Real Naked Show where you don't even get under the chin,
Mm-hmm.
but just compressing
Mm-hmm.
the carotid. Even with if you don't have the
Oh, really?
you don't tuck under the chin. Because even if you tuck your chin, the carotid is still exposed.
It's on the side.
Because
Yeah.
you protecting your windpipe, but not so much the carotid.
Right.
It's you still be able to finish it that way.
Interesting. I haven't tried that. I'll have to.
The way he finishes is well, Sarah, he always talks about finishing with this part right here at the elbow,
Mm-hmm.
right under the chin to squeeze. But the way he finished, seeing him explain is when you lock it in, bring your elbows together. So as you bring your elbows together, it constrict even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of like pulling your arm this way, you push it across. So make it even tighter. Because a lot of people, whenever they're doing the show, they come this way.
Right.
Make tight. But if you bring it this way, you close down on that carotid, and then all the arm crosses on the other carotid like a paper cutter from the back.
Interesting. Interesting. I'll have to give it a shot. I
It
should
doesn't feel like you're spending as much
got rear
energy
naked
either.
tonight, actually.
Was that?
Yeah. I said I got a rear naked tonight, actually. I didn't try that though.
Man, I had a Nick yesterday on a north side choke. But
Mhm.
man, he was framing on my face. But like man, I was from there. I usually go Iron Fist in there.
Yeah.
And I was just holding there.
Mhm.
But then after that, I was trying to go kind of like at an angle to dig my shoulder and
Yeah.
drop my elbow. But it's like nah, I just gonna wear my arms out in there.
Yeah.
My arms will get stuck on there, so like just switch to something else. Well, that thing was tight.
Dude, I've had certain people who are just able to resist it. Yeah, like oddly enough, Evan, I could not get him in one. I couldn't even get it tight. It just never felt right on him. I don't know if his neck was just too small. Could not make it happen.
This is the way they change the angle. You change it. So instead of being north south, you kind of like angle to finish it. So you kind of like be able to get in there. But a lot of people change it with the Iron Fist. Bring it there to make it even tighter to close down. But it's hard to get in there. But also, you get exposed to if you do that because he has the same options.
Right. Yeah.
If you have the other arm out of the way. I remember one time I got somebody in north-south, and they rolled into it, and I locked a rear naked choke from north-south. And I was just
Dang.
holding that thing in there, and
Yeah.
then like I just gonna let go because that person wasn't tapping out. Like, dude, next thing I'm just ripping your head off.
Right.
And I didn't want to do that.
Yeah. What are the guillotine or not the guillotine? Isn't there is
Executioner?
one like that? Executioner, that's what it is. Yep.
Oh yeah, that
Dude.
one is cruel.
It
That was
is.
just
It
straight
is.
up cruel. Because you
Yep.
can hit it from instead of going
Yeah.
for a dars,
Hmm.
you step your leg over it. If like, for example, you trying to fight it, they go for a north-south. No, not for
Hmm.
north-south, you side control. For a dars, they get the arm out. You see half the head. You step
Yeah.
it over it, and then from there you know how you bring somebody up when you have trying to take their back. Do the same thing.
Yes.
Bring the head up and just bring the other one in. Pull
Gee.
the head off like Hercules.
Yeah.
Who
Pop
did
that thing
Hercules
out.
do that to?
I don't.
Was
I
it
don't remember.
Medusa? He took her head off.
No, I don't. I don't think Hercules did that, did he? That
I
was
can't remember whose head
another
he
guy.
took off. And somebody's head off that he just rip off. Somebody's head. I can't remember what.
I don't know. I think the Cyclops was it.
Maybe that's the move. It's the executioner. First time I heard about that was with we heard them talking about moves. The executioner about
Mhm.
when during the match. Have you ever seen the Ben Askren versus Robbie Lawler match?
I feel like I have.
Because Robbie Lawler came in guns blazing. He knocked out Ben Askren, and he kept punching him. He knocked him out so bad that he kept punching him. And he woke him up. He dropped him, and then he kept punching him. He just get back up. And Ben Askren just went for a Hail Mary. And you know those old school bulldog chokes, like a
Yeah.
schoolyard bully.
Mhm.
He had against the fence, and he was arching his back, so he had his head. I think Carlos is
What?
one of the ones I've seen. So he had that right there, and he had Robert Lawler had his hands around the arm, and then he used to let his arm drop. And Hardin thought that he had gone out, and then he just stuck called the match.
That's right. Yes. 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 I remember that. Yeah.
And then Robert Lawler said, "Wow, what the hell? What are you doing?" He said, "No, I think you went limp." Like, no, I just pulled my arm. It's short time, and then it's no reason for me to fight it. I was on. I was able to get out, and the time was almost out. And then and then Robbie Lawler said, "You know what? It's okay, Herb."
Poor Herb. He's
Yeah,
been in there for a while. He's made some good calls. He's made a lot of bad calls.
but yeah, I can't imagine having
Yeah.
that job. I think it's him or Big Joe McCarthy talk about the ways they have like different levels of knockouts. So you have the regular knockdowns. Whenever they fall to their butt and they come back up. You have the other one fall back and they're like plank straight to the back knockout. And then if they fall forward, you know that's completely out. You have to stop that one because usually people don't fall forward when they get knocked out. Usually they fall
Mhm.
back. So
Yeah.
you see somebody get rocked and fall forward, you have to call in.
Yeah. Interesting. That's like just the sign of no consciousness whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh, we've covered a lot of different stuff. It's funny how we circle back to the UFC and knockouts, but
Yeah, cover a lot today. Well, you go call it for today.
yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll cover next week. You want to cover strength conditioning
I'm down
for
for that.
training.
Yep.
And cover Nicky Rod's bicep workout. Because
Yes.
he did like a instructional video, just strength conditioning.
I saw that. Yeah. I haven't watched it, but I saw that yeah.
You had to do 100 curls while you're watching this video. But yeah,
Sounds about right.
we can go over strength conditioning next episode.
Okay. Mhm.
Well, thank you for listening again. Make sure to subscribe, like, and whatever you share, let your friends know. Don't be selfish. Until next time, peace.
See you guys.